prime rib may be the most lavish piece of meat you ever purchase, so you may be surprised to learn that cooking a whole prime rib is monastically simple. The secret? A smoking technique called reverse searing. I like to think of prime rib as the Mount Everest of smoking. It's magnificent, it's impressive, it's expensive, and everybody wants to conquer it. This is a whole prime rib, 7 bones, and 22 pounds of pure proteinaceous pleasure. The first step is to French the prime rib. Frenching means cutting the meat away from the ends of the bones. You remove this thick cap of fat. What you do is just with your boning knife, come down, follow the bones, then take the knife and cut on one side of the bone and between the bones. Come up this side, and then using the tip of the knife, you just want to scrape the meat off the bones. Why do you French a prime rib? Well, first of all, for obvious aesthetic reasons. It looks great. It also makes it easier and cleaner to pick up the bones with your hands. By the way, save this chunk of fat. This is great for making Yorkshire pudding and greasing a grill grate when you go to grill steaks. Next, drizzle the prime rib with extra virgin olive oil and rub the oil into the meat. The other side of the meat as well. Now generously, and I mean generously, season the meat with smoked salt or coarse sea salt. And this is oak smoked sea salt from right here in California. Okay. And next, season the prime rib with freshly ground black pepper. Finally, season the prime rib with garlic powder. And that may be the most labor-intensive part of the whole preparation. Next, the smoker. To smoke the prime rib, I'm using a Memphis wood fire grill. It's Wi-Fi enabled, so you can control it with your phone. It's fueled by these hardwood pellets made of compressed sawdust. I'm using oak, and you want to load the hopper. And let me show you how a pellet grill works. So this is the cook chamber, and if you just remove the grill grate, and then you lift this plate, and you can actually see the burn chamber. The pellets drop down that chute and produce both heat for cooking the meat and smoke. So what you want to do is grab the prime rib by the bones and set it in the middle of the smoker. The essence of reverse searing, it's a slow smoke to cook the prime rib through, then a hot sear at the end to crust the exterior. The beauty of the method, you cook the prime rib to the exact degree of doneness you want. I like 135. It's a perfect medium rare. Prime rib is traditionally served with horseradish sauce. Thought about it and thought, well, what if we took the horseradish and we folded it into unsweetened whipped cream? And then to reinforce the heat, we added mustard and hot sauce. You wind up with a 3 Hots horseradish sauce that melts into the meat when you add a spoonful. It's really quite remarkable. The 3 Hots horseradish sauce starts with unsweetened whipped cream. Add mayonnaise, prepared or freshly grated horseradish. That's your first hot. Dijon-style mustard, that's your second hot. And hot sauce of choice, that's your third hot. And salt to taste. Whisk these ingredients to mix. We'll just take a taste. Whew. That is a horseradish sauce with a kick. After 2 hours of smoking, the internal temperature should be around 110 degrees. Wow. Is that gorgeous or what? So, what you want to do is transfer the prime rib to a sheet pan. And now, this is the reverse part of the reverse searing. Increase the temperature of the smoker to 400 degrees. While the grill is heating, back to the roast. The next step is to loosely tent the prime rib with foil and let it rest for about 20 minutes. Now, you know how when you traditionally roast a prime rib, you pull it off the grill, you let it rest for 20 minutes, it cools off, and so when you serve it, it's not as hot as you would like it. Well, another advantage of reverse searing, you let it rest now, then you return it to the grill for the final sear, then you can serve it hot off the grill. Wood smoke complements the luscious, sanguine flavor of prime rib perfectly. You've got a salty crust on the outside. You've got rare beef with all those wonderful, beefy, meaty flavors on the inside. And then the wood smoke ties it all together. So the prime rib has rested for 20 minutes, and 400 degrees, we're up to temperature. So put the prime rib back on the grill for its final high temperature sear. Cooking time about 15 to 20 minutes. Yeah. So the final sear should be ready. Oh, look at that. Awesome. So we'll take the roast off. So here's the prime rib. And another advantage of reverse searing, you don't need to let the roast rest. So what I like to do to serve prime rib is, first of all, run the knife down the ribs and cut the ribs off the roast. Starting at one end, cut the prime rib into slices. Look at that. It's tender, moist. I am so excited about trying this. Here's your prime rib and a spoonful of the 3 Hots Horseradish Sauce. And the moment I've been waiting for. First thing you notice is the smoke flavor, because prime rib usually isn't smoked. It's incredibly tender thanks to that long, slow smoke, great crust, and then the 3 Hots Horseradish Sauce. It's so multi-dimensional with the mustard and the hot sauce. Incredible.